Hey y'all. Hey. Good morning. Uh-oh. How y'all doing? Hope you are well. Hope all is well in your world. Look, go to www.blackgirlcoins.com. We're having a serious conversation about women and their money, and so we're excited. Had to get some music. We don't own the rights to this music. This is supposed to be the instrumental version, and it's not. So, again, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead, share the broadcast. As y'all can see, we about ready to turn it on up. So, invite somebody to the conversation. You know y'all still awake. Y'all out there. Some of y'all can't help yourself. Y'all been out there in them streets, and you just finding your way back home. It's all good. While you're winding down, don't fall asleep on us now. While you're winding down, come on, let's talk about cash, change, and them coins that you got. Hey, Diane. Hey, Dee. Thanks for joining. Looking forward to our time together. I'm Tisha Marie Johnson. I'm your relationship coach. Look, I'm gonna have to put a little ding on that in a minute. I'm here, the founder of Your Love of a Lifetime, helping you find true and lasting love, helping you manifest the right man. I'm excited. So looking forward to this conversation tonight. Shout out to the GOAT, our coach, Danielle Winningham, for allowing us to be on these late night, early morning internet streets. So come on Periscope, come on Facebook, come on YouTube, shout us up, shout us out, and let the people know that it's going down. So I'm going to let my lovely co-hosts introduce themselves, and we're going to get this conversation started.
Hey, everybody. I'm Stephanie Lane, representing the Career Women Collaborative, where career women hire me to help them get the position that they earned and get all the money, all the coins, all the change, all the cash that they deserve and are worth, as well as level up and get that next or new career. We do all things career women like. So again, thank you guys for joining. We always appreciate you. We see you on YouTube. We see you out there, Facebook peeps, and Facebook fam, and we see you Periscope people. More importantly, we did ask you to share. Make sure you put hashtag share in the comments so we'll know that you shared. Also, during this broadcast, make sure you ask any questions or make a comment. We will make sure to post that as we're broadcasting. And then more importantly than that, not only do you share, but make sure you hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when we come on, because we come on around this time-ish. We know it's late night, early morning. We still come on. Hey, Dee, I'm trying to figure out, why are you up, sis? What are you doing? What is going on? This COVID pandemic got us all discombobulated. We don't know what to do with ourselves. Earlier, we were on a broadcast and I was telling how tired. Look, I don't even watch TV, but I'll turn it on while I'm working. I'm even tired of listening to the same stuff on the TV. I'm tired of listening to the same music over and over on Pandora. It's just, okay, I'm just over it. I'm just so over it. And it's not ended. It's, really, we're just in the middle of it. So we got some more time dealing with this and quarantining. I don't know about you guys. We're in Texas, and now we all red, and we're still like the #1 state with the most cases now. Florida's #2. Ask me how I know, because I don't watch the news. I just told you I don't watch TV. So I don't know how I know all of this, but I do know it. I do read. Let me back that up. I do read. So that's probably how I know. I get emails and newsletters and updates. So I do read to stay in the know. But again, thank you guys for coming on here. We're going to be talking about Black Girl Coins tonight. We're going to be talking about money in all kinds of forms tonight. And tonight, guys, we have a special guest. Someone has graced us tonight. And we're so excited that she is here with us. Go ahead, CJ.
Y'all don't do that to me. I've been tired. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing? Y'all, we done jammed. I done woke up both the boys. I'm like, what in the world? That's my fault. You're talking about just got paid Friday night. Now they want to get on live. Lord have mercy. Like, really? So how is everyone doing out there? Oh my goodness. I am so super excited to be with you all tonight. You all, guess what? Make sure you share out the broadcast. You know some of y'all just leaving the club. Y'all East Coast folks, y'all know y'all just leaving the club. Don't tell me. Don't tell nobody because we gonna judge you. We gonna judge. We are going to judge you. So you come on in here. We have awesome topic for you. Want to talk about share out the broadcast. My name is Shaquanda CJ Alston. I am an accountant and owner of Johnson's Bookkeeping and Tax. Well, business owners hire me to take care of their financial planning. You guys also will be hiring me to take care of your EIDL and PPP funding. That's why I'm not sleeping and working around the clock because the deadline is fastly approaching. So you all, guess what? Black Girl Coins is what we've been talking about all week. www.blackgirlcoins.com. And let's get started.
Yay, yay, yay. Guys, we've been talking about our community, our history when it comes to making money and what has happened to us. We've talked about statistics on the future, on the projection of our community and where it's going if we don't get this thing right. And that there are so many opportunities out there in the world for you to take advantage of. And some of us are just sleeping on it. I mean, literally sleeping on it. If you're waking up right now and you're listening to us, don't sleep on it anymore. There's so much out there, so many resources. Uncle Google is your friend. There is nothing under the sun that you cannot find. Sometimes I'm shocked with what I can find using Google. I can't believe it half the time. I'm like, what? That's all? Oh my God. Oh, why? My eyes are hurting right now. My ears, I can't take it, right? What you can find on Google. So that, whatever your heart is desiring, whatever it is that you want to do, guess what? You have the resources to get you started, to get you going in that right direction. So we're going to have conversations about the 3C's. Let's talk about this cash thing. And I'm going to tell you, that's the hardest thing. I don't know about y'all. There's some coaching or advisors, financial advisors that tell you to do certain things with your cash, to help you to save your cash, to put away your cash. Cash makes me nervous. I'm gonna just be straight up and front and honest with you. When it comes to cash, I don't like to have cash in my hand because I know when I have cash in my hand, what happens to the cash? It generally goes out. I will spend it. I'm not one of those what's that envelope concept? Here you put an envelope and write down what that's for, and then you put that the envelopes will get mixed up. I'd open up one, forget where I got the money. No. That'll confuse me. So I personally don't touch cash because I just know I can spend it. It's in my hand. I'm gonna look at it. It's going to go bye-bye. It's hard for me to hold on to the money. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I'm going to just talk about myself because that's all I know right now. And so I try to do other things other than cash. Now, it may work for some. I've heard people try those theories and try that to use those things. But for me, if I'm trying to save, if I'm trying to put money and invest in myself and invest in a business, cash is not for me. However, our more mature or well-seasoned people in our community, they grew up during Depression, or their parents did, and so they got a taste of that. And what they learned, I'm finding out from my mom and what was taught to her through her mother, was cash is king. And that, you don't put all your money in the bank. You put your cash up under the mattress, you stick it up under the doily, you put it in a jar, you hide it out in the outhouse, you dig a hole and put it in a box and bury it. You do all kinds of things with the cash, but you always have cash on hand. Now, I get in trouble even from my mother, and I'm a whole grown woman, and I still get in trouble by my mother. She's always, when I travel, she's always asking, you got some cash? And me, I'm like, no, I don't need it. What I need cash for? Because again, in my mindset, and it's about you understanding your relationship with your money. I understand I don't need to have cash in my hand. I have plastic. It does what it needs to do. And I'm not tempted by it at all. Because to me, when I look at it, it is what it is, a plastic card. It doesn't do anything. But it's there, it's available for me for when I need it. So do you understand, I mean, how you feel about your money and your cash and how you look at it? How do you spend it? How are you saving it? But right now is the time to be thinking about investments. And I'm going to tell you an investment that I missed, y'all. This is huge because I follow investments. And I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. And I didn't follow my gut. And I should have. One investment I missed was in Zoom. Y'all, most companies right now who had never done any digital anything are all using Zoom. They use some of the Google Teams, but not like Zoom. Zoom is like the new Facebook for corporate America. People might have had some Zoom accounts, but really didn't use it because most meetings were in person, right? Before COVID hit. But as soon as COVID hit, I talked to myself because there is no one to talk to sometimes. People ask me why I do the crazy things I do. Because it's Friday night, Saturday morning. But anyway, I told myself I need to go invest. I need to go shift some money and shift, into stocks, into the Zoom and in a couple of other digital platforms that I'm aware of. Slow to move my feet, y'all. So slow to move my feet. Do y'all know those stocks skyrocketed because they were so cheap? They were dirt cheap because nobody was paying, nobody was really into them. But as soon as everyone had to go to this virtual world, guess what? They shot up. They shot up. And so I could have made a lot of money off of that, but I was slow to move. So you got to understand too that when it's time for you to do something with your cash, you got to move your feet. When that opportunity arises, it comes in front, it presents itself to you, you cannot hesitate. You will miss out on opportunities. Now, I'm just lucky to know folk and I'm able to create a strategy for my investments. So yeah, I might have missed that one, but I'm looking at some other ones that I'll make up for. But not everybody has that network. Not everybody's into that and know what to do with investments or even know how to invest. Once you picked out something like, oh, I'm interested in this. Well, what do you do next? How do you turn that into cash for you? But right now, guys, and I'm sure CJ is going to talk about this, right now, especially under this particular administration, being a business owner can be your best friend. Being a business owner is like the next best thing. And now I'm from the Midwest, and some of y'all may know about this, some of y'all may not. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's almost like a White Castle. You can be open 24/7, eating them juicy. Some people say they're nasty, but I love when I'm hungry. And I can't eat them all the time because they will tear your stomach up. But I will eat a White Castle at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, especially after I come in from a club. I will surely stop by and eat something. Now, I will say White Castle is better than Crystals. I don't like it. Crystals is a version of White Castle in the southern regions. And I'm going to tell y'all, Crystals ain't got nothing on White Castle. Something about that cheese. That's the difference. Something about that cheese. However, you can be the next White Castle. You can be that next best hot thing that people are always seeking for, looking for, no matter what time of day or night. They're coming after you. They want you. They want your services. They want your products. But you get all of these breaks right now. You could be running a business almost free. Now, yes, you'll have an initial investment, but after you get your tax, it's almost like it pays you back. But you got to be in the know. You got to be connected to people who know these things. So what are you doing with your cash? You know, I'm the question queen over here. I will ask and ask. What are you doing with your cash? What is your relationship with your money? How are you handling business right now? Is cash really tight? Are you hiding your money? Where are you putting your money? Where is it? CJ?
Oh, that's such a great opening. And make sure you guys, I can't see the comments. Make sure, let's see what they are saying, how they are answering. So you said a mouthful. And yes, you know, we've been taught cash is king. Yes, we have been taught, depending on how you were taught, what to do with cash. Because a lot of millennials and young individuals, they don't have cash. But I can tell you, being in the middle of several um, natural disasters that feels like pandemic, when we didn't have no cash, when the banks were cut off and flooded, and you had an ATM with a wad of money that you couldn't use, that cash was everything, and we couldn't find it. So we had zero bargaining power. So it taught me. I would never forget saying that, because I used to be one that didn't carry cash, and I still don't do too much. But I have learned to keep cash in the house. I have enough to go across town if I need to, and just 10 minutes away. I can cross the globe if I
Yep.
need to.
Hey,
And
CJ, this is your third disaster per se, right?
yes,
In a short period of time.
yes,
Oh my.
I'm running from them. It seems like they're finding me. Yes. So to me, yeah, this pandemic just shifts me right back into, okay, survival mode. Not like I've not been here before, and you know what to do.
Right.
You know what to do. You know what to buy, but it's still you never really prepare for it. Well, wrap your head around it. You can prepare, but it's not a good thing, uh, because then you completely shift and you want to start talking about, what do I need to do to survive, right? Um, a lot of us, and we've made mention of it on here, how a lot of us do not have $400 for an emergency. I know a couple weeks ago, when the phones were doing whatever the phones were doing and we didn't have access to the phone, I mean, that hurt a lot of people, that hurt a lot of businesses. And so it's just like, okay, what you gonna do? The phones were down, so some things are ran through the phone system and stuff was out. And also, again, that let us know, that was another wake up call about, yes, we need to have some cash. Now, yes, we can have a conversation about the value of the dollar and all of that, but I absolutely feel like you have to have some cash. And you want to make sure you have your cash. When Stephanie talked about investments, you want to have your cash into um, a bank or institution that is regional. I understand we want to support local, and I even understand we want to support Black, and I am all for that. And I know there's a lot of talks about that, Black banks and all, but we want to make sure that these institutions are regional. And I will tell you why. Because when amid all of these natural disasters, the money, a lot of people had 100% of their assets were tied up into a bank that was underwater. And so now what? Now what? can't move, can't move, can't negotiate. Terrible feeling. Terrible. I remember saying I would never, never, ever, ever get caught flipping again. Ever.
Hmm.
My money will be diversified into several banks. Yes, I'm all about the cause. Yes, I want to support. But again, you have to think bigger than that. If something happens in this region, can you go to another region and still have access to your money? Now, also, too, guys, and make sure you share out this broadcast. This is some great information we're talking tonight. Stephanie hit the nail on the head about being a business owner. If you don't do anything else while we are under this pandemic, if you don't start a business, if you don't start a business, and then you may say, I don't know what I want to say. I don't know. I don't want to start a business. I don't know what I want to do. Well, that might not have been your plan, but at the rate we're seeing businesses go under, and like we just received that we're in red again, a threat of red for Texas. And so that we already know what happens with that. People are closing again. What are you going to do? Now you may ask the question, I don't know what I can sell. I don't know what product service. You know what I want to tell you? I want to challenge you is to write down what is it that you're good at doing. What is it that you're good at making? What is it that you're good at saying? What is it that you do that you catch the attention of others? I don't care what it is. If you are the person that make everybody in the room laugh, Scarlett, start a business. Start a business. Start a business. You guys are missing out on so much of this money that is in the land. And I say it and I've been saying it and it's still coming. Money is in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about stimulus money. I'm not talking about 1,200. I'm talking about multiple millions and billions is in the land. And the only thing you have to do is be a business owner. And I know that sounds too easy. I know that makes a lot of us nervous. But yes, it really is just that simple. Yes, we
Yeah.
absolutely have an opportunity. We can play now.
Mm-hmm.
We can play now. So jump in and play. Guys, make sure you share out this broadcast. Anyone else want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, CJ, real quick. You're talking about, you can make a business out of anything, y'all. And y'all can research this. If I'm lying, I'm flying, y'all. There you can start a business, a hugging business. If we weren't in social distancing, y'all, there are people who pay people just to hug. Now, I'm gonna even get this is what threw me, y'all. Wait a minute. There's this little Indian lady. She was here in Texas, in Dallas, about 2.5 years ago. It was in the summertime. Well, so that'll be 3 years ago then. She was coming in. She has a foundation, right? And whatever monies are generated goes to her foundation. Y'all don't know that's a business, y'all. We miss that. We don't understand that. You got to be connected to folk who know this, right? So under her foundation, they fly her through the churches. Y'all listen to this. Through the churches, they fly her to various cathedrals, big. I mean, it doesn't matter, big, small, whatever. She goes and she stands up front. And people, when I say they showed her on the news, the lines were ridiculous. And of course, they had the collection played out. So you know this lady made money, and all she did was stood there, gave people a hug, and blessed them. Can we say cha-ching? Can you believe that? Y'all, like CJ was saying, there's money in the land. Gotta whatever you want to do, you can do it. There are people out there searching for it. I can guarantee you, you could start a tickling business. There's somebody on the face of this earth that wants to be tickled. Now, where that tickle part of space is, I don't know. That's questionable. But there are some people that want to be tickled. But you can monetize that. And so y'all better get with it. Y'all better get with it. So my 805 Life says I have a CB radio and don't buy Starbucks. Save my emergency fund first. That you go ahead. That used to be tough for me. I drink coffee, but I drink tea. That chai tea does something special for me. Funds are federally insured in banks, but you still have to be careful when you put your monies in banks. You got to move that money around. And like CJ said, you got to diversify because sometimes when banks go down, you can lose your money. You can't, that money can go bye-bye with because they don't have to guarantee you nothing. They don't have to give it back. And the feds will bail them out. And while they're being bailed out, you still lose your money.
You check your history.
Yeah.
Stephanie is so right. Matter of fact, I have small kids. Go watch Mary Poppins.
Right.
When they were putting their clothes, those people out of the bank with their money. That is a true story. If the dollar declines to the just paper that it is, what you gonna do?
Right.
What you gonna do? So yes, it is backed, but you're absolutely right. They will get bailout, and you absolutely will not. And that money you will never see your hand. So these are just ways to get educated. That's why now I'm not going to debate whether you should invest in land, real estate. Should you invest in the stock market? Should you invest in gold? I'm not going to debate that. You know what's best for you. But I will say diversifying is best. And oh my goodness, I am so proud of you with saving your Starbucks because I remember when I used to be on that caramel macchiato until I realized that was $5. So you said $5,
$5.
$5, $5 a day. And I was like, CJ, this is how you all have to realize. And you keep saying we don't have money or we don't have that's money everywhere. Give up that $5 a day, Monday through Friday. That is $25 a week. That, my friend, or times 4 is $100 a month. Take that $100 a month and multiply it by 12 months of the year. That is $1,200 on caramel macchiato. That was an aha moment for me. Oh my God. Also, when I saw how many calories it was, I was like, okay, and this a whole meal. So I had to be free of the caramel macchiato. But yes, so don't that sound like so super simple? A business of tickling. Yes, Veronica. U.S. dollar is already on a decline. You will lose money if the banks give a new bail-in law. Banks can take money out of accounts and save deposit accounts. That is a true story.
Yep.
Thank you
True.
so much for saying that.
True.
Listen, okay, I'm telling my age. When the last recession hit, I never forget my grandfather, bless his soul. He was like, there is absolutely no way I am 70 something years old that I'm going to continue to see my money decline like this during this recession. And he took his money out. He said, I don't care. They were like, "Sir, you have." He had well over $70,000, but in his, I mean, $70,000 is a lot of money from a man growing up on a fourth grade education, making a living sharecropping, and he was like, "Guess what? Y'all young children, y'all told me I need to put my money in the stock market and the bailout, and they telling me I can't get my money back, and I'm gonna take this 70K out, and I don't care if I gotta just look at it. Damn it, I ain't gonna lose it." And so I was younger, and I was like, "No, Papa, the market is gonna come back." And now he was like, "Listen, do you know how long it took me to earn that money?" So yes, it is definitely a true story. You definitely want to be close to it, right? You want to be close to these things. No, you don't have to be a financial expert, but if we can look at everything else on the news and the media and everything, we can definitely look at the things that are affecting us and our wealth and our ability to build and generate wealth. Absolutely. You want to weigh in on that, team?
Y'all covered it all. we, we can go to the next point.
Okay.
I do have something to say about coins. So again, welcome you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're just tuning in, we appreciate you. Go ahead and share the broadcast. Please invite somebody to the conversation, and also go to www.blackgirlcoins.com. We're having a serious conversation about Black women and their wealth. And so, as it relates to coins, now I'm really gonna tell my age. Um, two things that I always heard growing up is you want to take your coins and you every day or every so often put them in a jar, save them, take them to the bank after a certain period of time, and then put that money in the bank. That was a means of saving. Um, the other thing about coins, which is kind of funny because, of course, this is no longer the case. We talked about having cash on hand. Well, back in the day, you used to have quarters on hand so that if you were out and you had to make a call, you could use this thing called a payphone. Who remembers the payphone? I know some of y'all ain't gonna remember. Who? Yes, we had these things throughout the city. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, so we had these things throughout the city. You needed a quarter. After a while, it went up to like 35 cents. Then it went up to 50 cents or whatever. But it was key for you to have some change for the payphone in case something happened. And of course, back in those days, we had landlines exclusively, so it wasn't all this instantaneous access to a person. It was like if they at work, you had to wait till they get home and call them, kind of thing. But if you were out and about, it was like, okay, you got enough money for the payphone in case you went with somebody who decided to act a donkey and leave you, or if you went out on a date, your parents didn't want you stuck. If he decided to flip the script on you, you had enough money for the payphone. Or if there was just an emergency, if you got a flat tire or something, you were able to go to a payphone, and it was one usually within a decent amount of distance that you could get to. I don't even know if there still are payphones. If so, they're few and far between because everybody now has a cell phone. But that's my coin story. I still to this day do have change jars that as much as I think about it, take the change and fill it up if I don't keep it in the car and use it. I do have, these like a big pickle jar or whatever, and put the coins in there, and hopefully you don't have to use it. But listen, I can remember some times when I had to go and pull all the quarters out, okay, and do what I needed to do. But fortunately, this time for me has been unlike any other time. I can remember other things happening, and I'm just like, oh my God, where's my next whatever coming from? But with this, our coach prepared us for some things, and I'm gonna tell you, aside from which I still think was strategic, the 77 days without my car, aside from that, this has been a very good time for me, because after I got my car back together, it was like 3 weeks, and then we were sheltered in place. So I haven't had to want for anything. Our coach, we talked about it last night, taught us to order groceries. Now this is what I wanted to say last night, Stephanie. I'm the girl, I'm the shopper. So I love going to the store. But when I didn't had a car, and when I wasn't able to catch a ride, which was few and far between, I ordered them groceries, and that was a pretty nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but had I not had this from my coach, I wouldn't. I'd have been stuck. I'd have been like, okay, let me walk to the dollar store and see if there's something, or go to Whole Foods down the way and try to get some groceries. But when you surround yourself by a community that is supportive and can help you and tell you things that you don't know, and share information that is crucial, to your business, your personal life, just in general. I mean, that is priceless. That's
Mm-hmm.
worth its weight in gold.
Mm-hmm.
Veronica said, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Well,
Amen. Amen.
Cortez P's 27 asks, do we follow Dave Ramsey's plan as well? I know who Dave Ramsey is. I have some of his books. I can't say that I have personally followed any of his plans, but maybe the other ladies have.
No, I believe he's the envelope dude. Remember, I told the story, so you might have
Oh, okay.
missed my story in the beginning, and I can't. I just cannot do the envelope thing. I just can't. It doesn't work for me. Because again, it's about the cash, and it's about how you view your money. And I know my relationship with cash is not good. It's just not. And I guess it was because when you're younger, when you don't have anything, and then you finally get something. Some people were taught, okay, save it, which we were. I was taught the principles of savings, but I spent that. I was like, I got some. Ooh, wait, I'm going to Beulah's candy store, getting first 25-cent bag of candy. Y'all, back in the day, it was a big brown bag, not the little mini brown bags, the big brown bag. And she would just reach her hand into the penny candy. She never counted it out. It didn't matter. She just, and would give you, I mean, she was a big lady too, so her hands were big. She would just give you just gobs of candy into that big bag. And so thus started the spending of the money. Well, once you break a dollar, yeah, you only have 3/4. Well, it's easier to spend. So that was my relationship with cash, and so that's why I don't use that method. Um, Susie Orman is another good person to follow as far as her processes and her theories, and just learning about how to do money. But I'm a hype up my sis right here. She is a money mindset coach. CJ, CJ Austin, right here in front of you. She knows the ins and outs. She knows everything we're talking about is because we know. I mean, we're not talking about this stuff because we studied, and it's because we've studied. We've got some education behind this. We've learned a lot from our own experiences. But CJ lives in that world. That's all she does day in, day out. So, I mean, yes, there are so many things, but yes, there are other ways. You're absolutely right. That's why I'm plastic girl. That's why I'm plastic girl, because that's my method. If I leave it to the plastic, then I don't touch it. Out of sight, out of mind. And that's what works for me.
And that's good, Cortez. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for all the kudos and accolades. But no, I am not a part of Dave Ramsey's program. I am very much so familiar with it. Um, but yes, you have to go with a program that works for you. I say this often. You have to have the right relationship with your money, and nobody ever wants to even think about. I have ever heard about the fact that your relationship with your money is determined by how much of it that you have, how much of it that you earn, and how much of it that you keep.
Mm-hmm.
And so I use the analogy, since we have my sister on here, the relationship coach. It's you liken it to a relationship. Are you gonna treat that money right? You treat your money right, your money would multiply for you, right? You treat your money right, your money will treat you right.
It will do some things you never thought it would
Girl
do,
will
huh?
do some things, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh
Oh
no.
no!
Oh yes. Yes it will. So you treat your money like that. And you don't see, and you will see that it is truly an action. It's actionable. It's alive. It's currency. It moves. It invests. It flourish. Same with a relationship. Now, if you go putting nobody puts baby in the corner. Okay, anybody? Okay, that's Dirty Dancing movie. Okay, if you go and put your money in the corner, or I can even go back to Color Purple. Y'all got me still in the corner.
What about Flash Dance? Let it rain. Let it rain.
Oh no, y'all know, oh, that used to be my movie.
Flash Dance?
First of all, let's talk about the fact that we saw somebody that looked like us. Well, actually, I did not know Jennifer Beals was black. And
Mm-hmm.
even though I grew up in New Orleans and with Creoles, I mean, I have my own sister, blood sister, is the color of these walls in the back of me. And people will always say, "Do y'all have the same mother and father?" Yes, we do. I mean, we Creole folks mixed in with a little bit of everything. That's why we're gumbo. But Veronica says, careful accumulating coins in the day and age, also devaluing. Currency medium of exchange does not say safe headed to zero. Absolutely right. So there is this Bitcoin thing out here that is huge. Um, or Cortez, does your website go more in depth on your teaching? Absolutely. No, sorry. www.blackgirlcoins.com. We have this just scratches the surface of what we have to offer. We offering certifications. Um, we are pretty much the build your online business. That is our brand under our coach Danielle Winningham, all about wealth, all about legacy. And I'll tell you all my coin story since Tisha told her story. So I am the girl, yes. Stephanie did kind of just low key say I was a nerd because, yes, I studied this all day. Yes, I am. I love it. We can talk about it. You'll see I will light up when it talk about this money. Um, I'm an accountant. I'm a real accountant. And so my coin story is do not sleep on the coin. And I say this, I can't tell you, I'll tell you why. I can't tell you how many people absolutely walk by the coin. You go and purchase a medium exchange, and if you have a few coins left, you walk away from them. Like, oh, you're leaving your coins. I'm the one who said you're leaving your change. Oh, I'm not worried about that change. Well, that's 3 cents. And with them 3 cents, you put 97 more with it, you have $1. So that is how I treat my money. And on the same token, because people see you guys do that, Now, when you go to those little corner stores, I'm the girl. If my total is 96 cents and I give $1 and they say, oh, they put it in the drawer. I say, okay, thank you. Um, my 4 cents, please. And then they look at me like they're offended. You offended. This is a true story. You offended behind my 4 cents, sir. Let me give you a teachable moment here. If 100 people walk through here and you keep that 4 cents, how much you have? Exactly. You do that every single day by 365 days, my friend. How much is that? Yes, run me my 4 cents, please, and thank you. And so, don't forget, my ex-husband used to be like, I am so embarrassed. You cutting up behind 4 cents. And I'm like, yes, that's my money. That's my 4 cents. So you treat your 4 cent like that because, again, that's how I treat my relationship with my money. You don't want, are you going to let somebody have it behind your 4 cent if it relates to the relationship with your kids, your man? You ain't going to let nobody just, wait, hold. You done took 4 cent off my man. I need you to, yeah, run me my 4 cent back.
Mhm.
And let me get you told. So yes, it may sound very trivial. I know a lot of us say, okay, we've been so busy, we don't have time. We'll just give and I get it. If you want to pay for it with the 4 cents, that's fine. That's wonderful. But again, if you leave 4 cents on the table every single day for 365 days, how much is it that you've left? At least a drink. So yes, everything matters. Everything matters. If you have that mindset about money, you'll never be broke. Everything matters. And you see money in everything. Everything. Even especially before you purchase it. Do I really need this?
Mhm.
Do I really need this? Those are the types of questions that you want to have. War Machine said, LOL, dang, I was cleaning my truck today and I think I threw out a food down.
Oh, we need to go back. We need to go
War
back.
Machine!
You better run, Forrest, run.
And them 30 cents, you then threw that out times 365 days. Look, War Machine, do the
Yes.
math. Yes,
Wow.
yes. So next time you're going to remember me and say, Lord, that girl told me go get them 3 dimes.
Well, I'm petty,
Yes,
CJ.
War Machine, go
Yeah,
get them.
I'm super petty. At least that's what my kids tell me. Because I will not walk past a penny that's laying on the ground. If I see money, because I understand money. I understand it now. Now there was times where I used to. I'm like, it's a penny on the ground, whatever, leave that. Even dimes, nickels, whatever, walk right over it. But now that I really understand the energy of money and how it comes and how it flows, and it's just freely sitting there, why would I walk past it? But they laugh at me all the time, and I'm like, they're going to learn. They just don't know. $146. Look at that. $146 for 4 cents for 365 days. You're absolutely right. That's money. That's money to be put in your savings, money that you can reinvest in you and your family, money that you can invest in a business, start a business. Go get your EIN number off that $146. There's a lot of things you guys can be doing right now. But
And
you gotta, understand what it is, what's happening with your coins. Go ahead, CJ.
no, what I was going to say is I want you all to realize, really think back every store that you go to, the merchants, the business owners, they understand that principle. That's why they keep your 4 cents. That's why they test you on that 4 cents every day. If it's 1 to 9 cents, they're gonna try to keep it.
Yeah, toilet paper right now. You're
And
absolutely right.
you absolutely can buy toilet paper right now.
I did a post on that. I was so excited when I finally found toilet paper, y'all. I had to post about it. But you're right.
Listen, it took me how many months? Like 4 to buy toilet paper. Like literally, I was rationing with my kids because y'all know you have small kids. You know they like to take a whole. Well,
Yeah,
I was
they
like,
roll it.
listen. I'm giving you how many little, how many squares based on your age. You figure it out. Wrap that up. Wrap that up. Wrap that up. My children are like, ew. TMI, TMI. But no, listen. You better do what you have to do. I was so nervous. I said, oh my God, I cannot find tissue. I cannot find it. And thankful for my coach. Of course, she finds everything. And she found some tissue for me. And oh my God, the neighbor came and gave me a 3 rolls. Bless his souls. They know how kids do with tissue. I was up in here. I was up in here regulating on the tissue. My kids were like, what is really going on with her?
Shoot, tissue money. Tissue is equals money. At the end of the day, tissue equals money. And they have to understand that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it goes back to depression. I told you it was affected. My grandmother was affected by it, and then my mother was affected by it. My mother would tell a story. I mean, she used to do that. She used to ration toilet paper even when we were growing up. It was because that's what happened to her. That's how she was raised. They didn't use more than 3 squares. And I'm like, Ma, your hand will go through 3 squares. Oh my God, Ma. Ooh. I said, you can't even. What if you got to wipe again? What do you do? She said, "Oh, there are other methods." I'm like, ah. But three squares. That was it. That was it.
And you know what? It goes back to survival mode. I'm telling y'all, when you are in the middle of this pandemic or in the middle of yes, of course, your hand will go through 3 squares. Yes, listen. When you are in the middle of survival, you will absolutely do some things you thought you would never do. I have tissue paper, water. I honor and respect it, and I always will for the rest of my life. Because when you couldn't find it, when it was nowhere to be found, when a bottle of water was like $20 because people knew they can get it from you, it was unreal. Just water. And so you learn to do some things. And so I'm saying all that to say, don't if you don't have it and you can't afford it and you're not able to get it, do what you have to do. Did you hear Stephanie said her mom said three squares? And that's what it was. That's all we can. That's all we could do. If you can't get the 3 squares, there are other ways and measures you can do to make sure you clean. Do what you have to do. You know, yes, it may not be popular. Yes, oh my God, it doesn't feel good at all. But you know, I will never forget every single one of us in my family. We had a pocket full of money and could not find anywhere to live. A pocket full of money and couldn't get a drink of water. I mean, those are the types of things that it does something to you. It changes it. So again, we are in a pandemic. I know there's a lot of you all who literally just sitting here like, it's nothing. Oh, it's nothing. And a lot of you live like that, especially if you're in Texas. Hence why we're back in red. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Don't worry about it. And so you're living like that. And so hence that's why we're here. But I know a question was saying, do we have businesses? Yes. Shakita Lindsay is our real estate is a real estate queen. We all have our own respective businesses as well. But yes, so coins,
Yeah, they're valuable too. They're
Yes,
valuable too. Now,
yes.
earlier someone brought up about money, and yeah, you got to understand the history of money. Money has never meant anything. In reality, money does is not backed up by anything. It used to be backed up by the gold. It hadn't been. That was taken away. The Federal Reserve, stopped that years ago. I mean, eons ago. So it really has not meant anything. We, the people, have made it valuable because of the using it as a resource, right? We've made it valuable. Not that it really is worth anything because it's not backed by anything. So it's like paper. We can if I that's how Bitcoin got started, y'all. You got to think about how monies and how currencies and how all this works. So I can go get a piece of paper. I'm looking around because I got papers and notebooks all over. I can go get a piece of notebook and I can go write something on it. I can call it funny money. I can call it funny money. If I circulate that funny money enough and I get enough people starting to use it and I create a supply and demand with it, it will be just as valuable as the dollar is right now. That's how that works. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It is not worth anything. However, it is the currency of the day. And because so many people use it as a resource, that's what makes it valuable, not that it really is.
You girl, that's a whole nother story.
Oh yeah.
People do not believe that
Hmm.
money is only paper.
Yep.
Comes from it is printed and there is nothing to back it up. Imagine as an accountant when we are supposed to account for this, how do we accurately and properly account for this when you debiting and crediting money?
Hmm. Hmm.
Where's the other side?
Right.
There's no goal. When we credit it on our books to send it to you all and you debit it on your side, where's the debit? Where's the asset? You don't have the goal as the asset that checks and balance, cause and effect, debit and credit, whatever you want to call it. We don't have that other side. That is a conversation that we can preach that all day,
Right.
literally.
Yeah, there was a question just raised about credit. So as we said earlier today, that cash is king, credit is queen. It's good for you to have credit. It's good to have good personal credit, and it's equally as great to have business credit. A lot of people don't know how to go get that business credit. You can literally duplicate your business over and over and over with business credit. You can expand, you can go global with business credit. But again, that's a whole nother
That is. And Corsair,
conversation.
you know what? You can go in person. I know you were talking about real estate, right? You can go with a bag full of one, 100,000 of them to be exact, and say you want to purchase a piece of land, which is an asset, at 100,000. There still is an element of credit worthiness that you have to showcase.
Yeah.
So, absolute. Do I agree with the teacher? Absolutely not. Credit. You need credit. You need credit. Yes, and if you're a business owner, business credit is like none other.
Hmm.
Absolutely that as well. Um, I saw the comment what Veronica said about and people can't comprehend that the dollar can go away. New monetary system will be digital. That has been the talks. That has been the talks, and I really believe that we'll see it in our lifetime.
Hmm.
I really believe we will see it in our lifetime. That yes, the dollar will turn into a digital yes currency.
All right, so
All
we've been
right.
talking about our cash and our coins. We're gonna move into change, y'all. What is that? Haven't you guys grown up and heard about the my change is strange? Have you heard that saying? Somebody, when somebody asks, "Can I have a dollar? Can you give me this? Can you, when you're kids and you ask your uncle, your aunt for some money, oh yeah, I can't right now. My change is strange." Because I don't know, back again, it's probably dating me. But back in the day, when you asked for some money or some change or whatever, it wasn't you. It was a rare occasion when you got a dollar bill. It was literally the pennies and the dimes and the nickels or whatever. It was change that you would receive. When people talk about their change being strange, it really gives you insight on how they handle their money and how they're dealing with their money, how they view their money. That means their money's coming and going from them and they have no control over it. That means they don't have probably savings or anything unless they're super frugal. And there are some super frugal people out there. I need to learn a thing, two or three things off of them because I could be frugal in some areas. Not too frugal though. I can't go that to me that's a reverse effect. When you grow up and not have anything, and then you come up and you're able to get some things, I think you should be able to have some things. Now, going overboard, that's another story. But there's still some areas of improvement, right? Where you could say, I could be saving a lot more. I cut out that Starbucks. I did. I was a Starbucks every day. I cut that out because I thought about how much money am I spending there, right? I didn't want my change to be strange. And not only about thinking about your change, what changes are you making when in consideration of your cash and your coins? How are you switching the script to ensure that you have some flow coming into your household? What is it? Veronica says soon pandemic is a great cover for a financial system reset is already happening. Possibly. There are a lot of things they were telling that in the last recession. They were saying that there was going to be a financial reset. A lot of the money gurus, even Robert Kiyosaki, if I don't know if people follow him, he has always said that there is going to be a reset and it's coming soon. I'm not understanding. It's Cortez is asking, so do you have separate accounts for your savings? So multiple saving. I have several bank accounts, and I think CJ alluded to that. When you start getting into business and you start talking to business people, your business acumen grows, and so then you'll start learning strategies. You start learning certain things that you should do and move your money around certain ways. And again, that goes back to diversifying your portfolio as well. So yeah. At several, like I said, I have multiple bank accounts. So yes, I do have a checking and a savings at each of them, if that's what you're asking. Yep. So what are you doing? What changes are you making? What changes do you need to make to have a better relationship with your cash and coins? And so that you don't have to run around saying your change is strange anymore.
That's so good, Stephanie, because again, like I said, money is it's an action, it's alive, it moves, um, it's energy. So if you keep saying that, it will stay strange. You know, if you say you're gonna find $146 just in the mere fact that you cleaning out your car, you'll do that. If you say that you can take what you have in your hand and multiply it and make it a multiple 6 and 7 figure business, you will do that. Um, your change is you have to change the mindset. You have to change the way you see things and invest. You have to learn how to invest into where you want to go. You take the money and look at it as an investment. It's not what you spend, it's what you invest. We have our certifications, and there is a financial aspect obligation on your part, and it's not that you're going to spend it, it's you're going to invest it. When you invest your money, then you will see a return on your investment. Also, it's called the law of reciprocity. You know, if you're going to put it out there in the ground, um, then you'll see the fruits of your labor. Same with when you planted seeds and fruits. Same analogy. Same thing. Um, Veronica said we were supposed to see the reset in 2008. It's 12 years overdue. Absolutely. There were talks about it in 2008 in the last recession.
Yep.
Cortez says, do you recommend saving into Roth IRAs? I absolutely recommend you save into Roth IRAs. And they increased the the limits. You want to have a conversation with your financial advisor. Now, listen, when you start talking about Roths and other financial vehicles, there are some banks that don't offer those, right? When you talked about the savings account, when you look at, you cannot put your money in a savings account and talk about you're going to become a multimillionaire. You can have multiple millions of dollars in the bank. Their savings yields, their savings interest yields are like 0.0%. 0.1, and they say that with a straight face, like they're doing you a favor. Now, if you guys were on here, go check us out the other night. I told you all about the rule of 72. So if that is less than 1%, do you know what that means? If you put $100 in something that yields, yes, the compound interest. If you put that in something that is just 1%, that means it's going to take 72 years before that $100 turns into $200. And you wonder why these folks are like, you know what, I'm not putting my money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And so then, and I'm giving you all the free for the low, right?
Yes.
Because then what happens is the bank take your same $100, pay you under 1%, and then go and flip your money and get the big yields of 12, 15, 18%
Every night. Every night.
every night.
Every night.
Every night. Did you hear that? Every night. And so if you take 12% divided by 72, yes, I'm a nerd. This is where I light up. 12% divided by 72, that's 6 years. So while it's taking you 72 years to get to doubling your $100, it's only taking them 6 to double your $100, not their $100, your $100. So these are the mindset changes that I want you to leave away. These are the takeaways that I want you to have. Because when you look at things like that, it will absolutely does wonders for your bank account. When you have those type of mindsets and say, okay, wait a minute, I'm sitting here with $25,000 into a bank savings account that's yielding me less than 1%. And they tell you with a straight face, okay, put 250 in here, we're gonna give you the same amount. And you're clearly taking my money and making millions every single night. So guys, that right there is a money mindset. That right there is a mastermind. That's thousands. That's thousands. So I'll make up since they talked about me for me not being here.
You did a great job, sis. You did a great job. Hey, y'all, those of us who are joining us, we've been talking about the 3C's cash coins and change. We want to thank you guys for being here with us. But make sure you go to www.blackgirlcoins.com, www.blackgirlcoins.com, girlcoins.com, and get connected. We're talking about all things money. We're going to be having virtual conference. And guess what, guys? When you go there, There is a price to pay to come, but you get to choose how much you pay. You get to choose because our coach, she doesn't want to leave anybody behind. She doesn't want to leave anybody out. She doesn't want to point the finger when somebody says, I really don't have a whole lot. This is all I have. She wants you to be there. We do know this is an economic downturn. We do know we're all in pandemic. We all know we're scrunching, saving, doing our pennies. We all doing the 3 squares of the toilet paper. We get it. So we want you to join us. We want you to come get this knowledge. These kind of conversation is just a piece of it, just a small tip of what we talk about and the information that we share. But we will be showcasing businesses, and you can come get this knowledge. So anything from real estate to investments to money mindset to online businesses in general, relationships, anything that you can think of will be showcased and will be talked about. So there's something out there for everyone. And we want you guys to come and join us, be a part of it. And again, can I say it again? You get to decide how much you pay for it. You get to choose. Now, how often does that happen? Not a lot. So come join us, come see us, hang out with us. It's 7 days, guys, of nothing but knowledge. That's it. Just come and get what you can. Yes, Veronica, we'll inbox you when we're finished. We sure will. Yes, ma'am. So yeah, come join us and be with us. Again, blackgirlcoins.com, blackgirlcoins.com. T, you have something to say? You've been awful quiet tonight.
I'm just working behind the scenes. I'm letting y'all handle it.
Any closing words, our money guru?
I'm excited about your future. I'm excited about you finding your first $146, and I want you to find me, connect with me, and tell me about it. I'm excited.
Good. So, okay, guys, this is for the replay viewers. Make sure you share. Make sure you come hang out with us. Try to make it back to us when we're live. We love to have you while we're live and be able to answer questions. We love dialogue. We love this all day long. So thank you for joining. T, you had something to say? You want to close us out? I see her working. I think I feel it. I think I know what she's about to do. Hey. It's that time, y'all. It's that time.
Oh, this is the after hours.
Right.
All about the Benjamins,
What
baby.
you want to do?
Yeah.
Ah, ah, ah. Woo! That's all I got. Listen, y'all have a great and awesome. If you have not gotten on the schedule for the interviews this weekend, I don't know what you're waiting on. You better inbox somebody. You better call somebody. You better do something. Get on that interview schedule so you can be in class for the Free Women Project. Get your certification on. Rebrand your business. Start a new business, whatever it is that you need to do, but you need to be in that class. And look, y'all have a great, awesome weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday.